Flyers versus the Colts. Middlehurst in for the draw. Brought back by the Colts. We'll skate it over the Flyers blue line. Stopped there by Martin. Gets it to the blue line. No further. Arkema backhands that center ice. Colts fire that in behind the Flyers net. Played off to the far board. Centering pass to Martin. Bouncing puck comes just over the blue line. Back in by Middlehurst. He'll play that off the boards to the far near corner. Skate it around. Wrap it around attempt. Tender was there to make that stop. Colts settled puck down. Fired out the far side to the blue line. Rolls to center ice, and Campbell's there to pick that up. Campbell back in his own zone. Up to the blue line, picked off by the Colts. Thrown towards the net, wide. Obor shovels it forward, picked up by Middlehurst. Still send that off behind the net. Campbell off the near boards, down the length of the ice for icing. Don't run. Don't run. Brown steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. Won by the Colts to the near corner. Brady sends it behind the net. Tribble. Back to Brady. Brady around the boards to Critchley. Critchley off the boards to the blue line. Dumped back in by the Colts. Brady in some traffic. Leaves it there for Brown. Brown comes up the far side. Skates to the blue line. Gets it to center ice. No further. Monas had it tied up in his skates. Colts fire that puck in the Flyers' end. Brady. He'll send it back for Tribble. To Monas. He touches it. Sends it out to neutral ice. Colts pick up the puck in their end. Clear to the blue line. Brown missed his man. Puck still in the Colts' end. Barrie bring it behind their net out the far side. Monas tried to get it to Brown. Just out of his reach. Colts pick up the puck. Fired it out of the zone. Brady off of Monas, still in the end, the Flyers' end. Tribble. Stretch pass intended for Clark, just out of his reach. Colts fire up to their blue line and out. Back in the Flyers' end. Around Hobor. And it's in. .12:40 to go in the first period. Mason steps in to take the draw. Won by the Colts. Colts back in the Flyers' end to the far corner. Spinning. Throws it out front. Shot, doesn't get all of it. Backhanded back to the slot. Picked up by the Colts. They'll shoot. Fitzgerald to jump on that one. And cover it for a whistle. Mason back in for the draw. He'll win it to the far corner to Krause. Krause off the boards. Gets a piece of it. Fires it back to the far corner. Hops over Mason's stick. Colts walk out with it. Shot. And Fitzgerald to hold that. Wasn't sure where it was, but he held on to it. Middlehurst in for the draw. He'll win it to the far corner to Tribble. Tribble chips it to the blue line. Kept in by the Colts. They'll fire it back behind the Flyers' net. Campbell behind his own net. Tribble steps in to help him out. Colts come up with it. Tribble all over his man. Campbell gets a piece of it to the blue line, not out. Colts fire it back in behind the Flyers' net to the far corner. Colts along the half boards. Arkema standing around, gets a piece of it out to neutral ice. Colts turn around, fire it back in the Flyers' end. Tribble to Martin. Martin touches it. Colts break out of their zone, back to Campbell at the Flyers' blue line. Pass intended for Middlehurst. Just past him, and they'll call that icing. 11:25 to go in the first period. Brown steps in to take the draw. He'll win it to Brady. Brady in the near corner, gets it behind the net to Hobart. Hobart back to Brady. Brady gets a piece of it up to Critchley. Critchley to Brown. Brown in over the blue line. Takes it wide. Ducks under our hit. Colts get the puck fired around the far side. Hobart to Moniz. Moniz gets it behind the net, picked up by Colts. Colts to half ice. Critchley gets a piece of it, gets to Brady. Brady off the near boards. Brown almost got a piece of that. Critchley, Colts dump it back in the Flyers' end. Hobart's there first, sends it to the near corner. To Brown, up to Critchley. Critchley touches it. Too far for icing. Mason back in for the draw for the Flyers. He'll win it to Campbell. Campbell off the boards. Thompson gets a piece of it up to neutral ice to Mason. Mason in over the blue line. Lets a shot go. Rebound in the goals pads. He'll hold it for a whistle. Good pressure. Mason back in for the draw. He'll win it. Gets it to Clark. Clark to Krause. Krause leaves it there. Thompson gets a backhand on it, keep it in the zone. Barrie walks up, out over the blue line. Mason to Thompson, and that's just offside. Mason back in for the draw. He'll win it forward. That puck picked up by the Colts. He'll skate it behind their net. Send it out the far side to Mason. Mason swipes at it, gets it to the half boards, but no further. Puck still in the Colts zone. They'll send it up to center ice, touched. Krause walks out of the hit. Campbell gets a good stick on that to break up that one-time pass. Shot wide of the net. Rebound comes out the far side. Colts keep it in deep. Thrown out front. To the point. Shot. Off Fitzgerald's glove wide. Thompson. Up to Mason. Mason in over the blue line. Drop pass for Thompson. Just on the wrong side. Colts fire that puck into neutral ice. Brady lifts it back to center ice. Colts pick it up. Back in the Flyers' end. Fitzgerald with a blocker save. Tribble to Martin. Martin across to Arkema. Arkema to Mason. Mason had to kick that forward. Martin got a piece of it. Back to Mason. Mason with a shot. Blocked in front. Rebound comes to the corner. Back right on the goalie, and he'll hold it. Well, we'll lean this forward. Just can't see. Middlehurst in for the draw. Colts player gets waved out. Middlehurst wins the draw to Martin. Martin to Tribble. Tribble throws it towards the net, blocked in front by the Colts. Colts up to the Flyers, blue line it in. Played back to the neutral ice by Tribble. Colts dump it in the near side. Around the boards, they're offside. They got to wait. Tribble stabs it forward, gets run over. Puck at the Flyers' blue line. Back in the corner to Brady. Brady up to Martin. Martin couldn't hold on to it. Colts dump that puck back in the Flyers' end. Tribble to the far corner, picked up by the Colts. Colts player changing directions. Middlehurst to Arkema. Arkema to Martin. Martin up to Middlehurst. Out front to Arkema. Arkema with the shot. Bad save. Puck comes to the near corner. To the blue line. Campbell with the shot. Arkema getting in the way of that. Arkema sets it up, throws it to Hobor. Hobor dumps it to the near corner. Martin in the near corner. Puck comes out in front of the Colts net. Played to the near boards. Lifted over. Campbell stick to center ice. Middlehurst. He'll fire that puck in the Colts end again. Colts skated up out of their blue line. Into the Flyers end. Critchley. He'll send that off the far boards through neutral ice into the Colts end. Brown on the forecheck. Him and Monas peel off. Colts to the far corner. He's got room. He'll skate it out. Passed up to center ice. On his backhand. Couldn't handle it. Colts back in the Flyers end with a shot. Right in the chest of Fitzgerald. He'll settle that down. Colts keep it in. Dump it in behind the Flyers end. Hobor intended for Campbell, but Colts player overskated it. Colts with the puck. Behind the Flyers net out front. Campbell tied up his player. Played to the point. Thrown back in. Hobor. Colts player has the puck behind in the far corner. Campbell gets it off the boards. To the blue line, no further. We'll try it again. That's gone down the length of the ice. And Colts with a penalty. Head contact. Mason steps in to take the draw for this Flyers power play. He'll win it back to Clark. Clark to Tribble. Tribble across to Brady. Brady up to Thompson. Yeah, traffic. Brady gets the red line, chips it in for Clark. Clark with a shot, just wide of the net. Rebound out the far side. Colts send that puck down the ice. Fitzgerald lets it go. Brady. He'll get there first to the near corner. Up to Thompson. Thompson to Mason. Backhand that back to Thompson. And over the blue line. Thompson takes it wide. Behind the Colts net. Centering attempt. Blocked behind front. Puck comes to Brady. He'll kick that back to Thompson. To Brady. Brady gets run over. Thompson's got the shot. Blocker save. Mason takes an elbow to the back of the head. Brady. Back into Thompson. He'll let it go. Puck settles down behind the Colts net. Fired around the far boards. Kept in by Tribble. Tribble couldn't quite get it to Clark. Colts get a piece of it, and they'll send it down the ice. 1 minute to go in the Colts penalty. Brady. Backhand to Thompson. Back to Brady. He'll clear it out of the Flyers' end, but Colts dump it back in. Tribble picks it up. Out the far side. Intended for Clark. Just couldn't hold it. Colts back to their blue line. And they'll lift it into the Flyers' end. Tribble behind his net. Pass to Brady in the near corner. Brady to Mason. Nobody's talking out there. Jesus, boys. Thompson picks up that puck. Gets it to Arkema just outside the Flyers zone, and Colts strip it from him. 10 seconds to go in the penalty. Colts at center ice. Fired it down. Hobart gets a glove on it. Middlehurst. Middlehurst to Martin. Martin, pass intended for Arkema, way out of the way. Back to 5-on-5. Colts fired in from this side of the red line. Campbell, off the glass, up and high. Middlehurst, he'll get there first. Touches to get rid of the icing. Passed out front. Intended for Arkema, out of his reach. Campbell walks in, shot blocked in front. Colts fire the puck around the far boards to Hobart. He'll let a shot go. Arkema, loose puck. Battling in front. And the Barrie goaltender will cover that for a whistle. .352 to go in the first period. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw. He'll win it back. Hobart with a shot wide of the net. Rebound comes to Campbell at the near blue line. He'll throw it towards the goaltender. Tipped in front by Martin, and he'll cover it. Middlehurst back in for the draw. Won by the Colts. They'll skate it behind their own net. Middlehurst all over his man. Played up to the half boards. And over the Flyers blue line, just offside. Brown in to take the draw for the Flyers. He'll win it. Critchley has it in the skates. Picked up by Kraus to Moniz. Just out of his reach. The Colts get a piece of it. Tribble to Kraus. Kraus off the far boards for Moniz. He'll chip that in behind the Colts net. Played to the near corner. Brown's there. Picked up by the Colts. They'll pass that out through center ice. Into the Flyers end. Tribble gets it to the blue line no further. Colts fire that puck in behind the Flyers net. Kraus behind to Tribble on the far side. Tribble to the half boards to Moniz. Moniz up to Brown. Brown across to Critchley. Critchley throws it into the far corner. Brown's there, followed by Moniz. Moniz takes it into the corner. Gets bumped. Puck comes up, picked up by the Colts. They'll skate up the far wing. Going over the Flyers blue line. Cross ice. Kick towards the net. Colts lose it in the near corner. Pick it up. Brown. Tribble. Kraus. Picked up by Brown. He'll lift that to the blue line to Moniz. Moniz settles it down. Overskates it. Brown steps into his man. Gets the puck over the blue line, but no further. Colts back in the Flyers' end. Walking around. Out front. Past everybody. Moniz couldn't handle it. Puck in the far corner. Played off the boards to the blue line. Kept in. Kraus and Fitzgerald to jump on that for a whistle. .152 to go in the first period. Mason in on the draw. Scrum picked up by the Colts. Mason gets a stick on it to the far boards. Just over the blue line. Back to Mason. Barrie gets a piece of it. Drives that into the Flyers' end. Thrown towards the net. Steered to the near corner by Fitzgerald. Brady gets taken down. Gets the puck to the half boards. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson stretch. Shot on net. Goaltender will hold that. Looks like he's sending them both. Face off just outside the Colt zone. Flyers need another skater out here. Colts got a double minor for head contact. Flyers get 2 minutes in the box, I think, for unsportsmanlike. Not quite sure what's going on here. Flyers have 5 skaters, Colts have 4, but each team has a player in the box. Mason takes the draw. He'll win it. Thompson gives it to Brady. Brady across hard to Hobart through his legs. Hobart off the far boards to Middlehurst. Middlehurst mishandled that. Colts chip it into the Flyers bench. Middlehurst back in for the draw. One cleanly all the way to the near boards. Brady steps up, gets there first, chips it into the Colts end. Colts player will fire that down the length of the ice. On to Fitzgerald. He'll leave that for Hobart. Hobart sends it to Brady, or Thompson in the near corner. Thompson crossed to Mason. Mason pass intended for Middlehurst, a little too much on it. Middlehurst comes back, throws it to Mason, skates. Colts pick it up, fire it back in the Flyers' end. 40 seconds to go in the period. Brady to Hobart. Hobart up to Middlehurst. Middlehurst lifts it into the Colts player, gets it back. Skates it to the blue line and in. Colts player will fire that puck down the ice. Campbell picks it up, comes down the near wing, in over the blue line, throws it to the far side. Colts fired along the boards, down the ice. Fitzgerald. Stretch pass to Thompson to the near boards. Thompson throws it in. That's too far, no icing. That'll do it for the period. He got 4 for head contact. 10-minute misconduct. Unsportsmanlike. Snowed the goalie. Yeah. Brown in to take the draw for the Flyers. He gets run over. Critchley gets the puck to Tribble. Tribble across to Campbell. Campbell through traffic, intended for Brown off his skates. Back to Tribble. He'll fire that to the near corner. Down behind the Colts net. Played back at the blue line. Campbell's there. For a second, the Colts get a piece of it, fire it down the ice. Tribble up to Monas. Monas, center ice, intended for Critchley off his skate. Back to Monas, in over the blue line. He'll get stood up, walk through the Colts player. Brown picks it up behind the Colts net, brings it to the far corner. He gets taken down. Colts get a piece of it and fire it down the ice. Fitzgerald's out, sets it up, leaves it there for Campbell. Campbell behind his net. Campbell off the backside of the Colts player. He'll spin at the blue line, keep it in. Tribble off the boards to Critchley. Critchley lets it go out. Monas back to Tribble. Tribble across to Campbell. Campbell back to Tribble. Tribble goes in. Leaves it there for Critchley. Critchley with a shot. And goaltender will hold that for a whistle. Minute 15 to go in the Flyers power play. Middlehurst in for the draw. In skates, Middlehurst kicks it behind the goal line. Picked up by the Colts. They'll send it far off the opposite boards, down the length of the ice. Fitzgerald, he'll set it there. Sees the Colts player coming, plays it off the far boards. Brady backhands at center ice for Arkema. Barrie gets there first and fire it back down the ice. Hobart plays it to the near side for Brady. Brady tries to get it out off a Colts player. Back to Hobart on the far side. Lifted to the blue line for Martin. Martin to Arkema. Arkema, Middlehurst coming down the wing. Back to Arkema. Didn't even reach for it. Martin plays it back to the blue line for Brady. Brady across for Hobart. Hobart winds up with the one-timer, and they'll hold it. Brown steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. 22 seconds to go on their power play. Scrum draw. Brown's getting a bit of cross-check. Brady falls, gets up, picks the puck, gets it to Thompson. Thompson with the puck behind the Colts net. Passed out, intended for Hobart. They had to backpedal. Hobart back in for Mason. Mason lets a shot go. He scores!
No goal, they got a penalty.
Oh, no, he doesn't score.
Finally!
It's like Thompson's going to the box for cross-checking. It's a penalty. It went in, but there was a penalty as soon as he shot it. Yeah, 4-on-4 for 5 seconds. Critchley in to take the draw. Oh, we stopped. Players line up again. Critchley. Scrum draw. Critchley drags it to the far boards. Kick to Moniz. Critchley sends that down the ice. No icing. Flyers are shorthanded. Colts pick it up. And their end. Skates to the blue line. Moniz runs into his man. Colts player has the puck back in the Flyers' end. Behind the Flyers' net to the far side. Thrown out front. Shot. Fitzgerald will hold that for a whistle. Middlehurst in to take the draw. He'll win it into his feet. Played to the near boards by Krause. Back to the blue line, past everybody. That'll roll into the Colts end. Middlehurst giving chase. Passed up to the Colts blue line. He skates through neutral ice into the Flyers end. Middlehurst with a good stick breaks up that play. Colts still with the puck in the near corner. Walking around to the far side. Passing off the boards back to the point. Shot. Wide of the net. Rebound. To the far side. That'll come out. Middlehurst gets a piece of it. Just chips it into the Colts end. Colts up through neutral ice and over the Flyers blue line. Around the D. Thrown out front. Picked up. Sloppy play. Campbell gets a piece of it. He'll send that down the length of the ice to the near corner. Arkema. Applying pressure. Colts send it to the near boards. Bring it up through neutral ice. Back in the Flyers zone. To the near corner. Up to the point. To the half board. Shot blocked in front by Tribble. Martin with a good stick. Back to 5-on-5. Colts still with the puck in the Flyers' end. To Thompson, he'll lift that. Just a little too hard. Send it down for icing. Brown in to take the draw for the Flyers. Won by the Colts to the far corner. Brady all over his man. He'll pin him to the boards. Brown steps in with Critchley. Comes up, picked up by the Colts. They'll send it back in behind the Flyers net. To the near side. Tribble chips it up to Mason. Mason gets it to the blue line, no further. Picked up by the Colts. Weak backhand, gloved by Fitzgerald, and he'll hold it. Brown in for the draw. Won by the Colts to the blue line, almost kept out by Mason. Colts player throw it out, picked up by Brown. Brown goes up the middle, lifts it to Mason coming down the wing. Mason over the blue line, just over skated. He gets it to Brown in the near corner. Brown with the puck, sends it behind the net. Tribble pinches, centering attempt, blocked in front. Brown at the blue line, throws it on net, blocked in front, comes to Critchley, Mason. Mason with the shot off the pad and high over the glass. Middlehurst in for the draw. He'll get it to Arkema. Arkema to Campbell. Campbell with a shot just wide. Hobor pinches to get the rebound. Kept in by Martin. Pass to Arkema. Arkema couldn't get the shot off. Colts pick up the puck, chip it off the boards. They'll come down the wing. Far side shot. Blocker saved by Fitzgerald. Rebound. Picked up by Martin. He'll play it off the glass. To the blue line, not out. Colts walk around both. Backhander. Bad save. Puck goes sky high. Martin plays that to the blue line. Kept in. Shot tipped wide. Hobor fires it around the far side. Campbell. He'll lift that to the Flyers blue line. Not out. Hobor gets run over. I don't know how that wasn't a head contact. Hobor clears it out to neutral ice. Colts in. I don't know how they weren't offside. Fired down the length of the ice. Nope. Barrie picks up the puck. Spins behind his net. Plays it up the near boards. Brown's applying pressure. Colts up to center ice. Everybody's overskating it. Played back to center ice. Chipped into the Flyers' end. Shot. Hit Fitzgerald in the blocker, and he'll cover it for a whistle. And it looks like Critchley's going to the box for hooking. .7:43 to go in the second period. Brown in to take the draw. Picked up by the Colts. He'll walk out. Shot. Pad save. Rebound. Comes to the far corner. Brown gets a piece of it to the not out. Colts back in the near corner, or far corner. Played to the blue line. Shot. Fitzgerald with the save. And now Flyers are going back to the box again for high sticking.
High sticking? Seriously? The shot to the face, ref.
Mason in for the Flyers to take the draw. He'll win it. Brady in the far corner. Brady gets it up to the blue line. Kept in and buzz it down. The clock wasn't running. Let's reset and figure this out. Mason in to take the draw. One by the Colts. They'll walk out. Shot tipped high into the near corner. Colts back to the blue line. To the far side. They're walking in. Played to the corner. Past everybody. Colts pick it up. Send it behind the Flyers net to the near side. Blue line. Played back in. And deep. Colts cycling the puck around. Out front, shot wide of the net. 1 minute to go on the first Flyers penalty. Mason with a good stick, gets a piece of it. He'll just overskate it, but kicks it to the far corner. Colts bring it back out of their zone. Into the Flyers' end. Back to the point. Shot. Bad save by Fitzgerald. Brady had the puck in the near corner. Colts come up with it. Mason with another good stick. Gets it to the point and out. He'll go again. Mason in over the blue line. Shot. Right into the pads. Middlehurst steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. 20 seconds to go on the first penalty. Played off the boards to center ice. Tribble. Backhands out to the blue line. Brought in. Middlehurst gets a piece of it. Sends it down to the near corner. The first Flyers penalty's done. Played up past everybody, and they're waving that icing off. Hobor off the glass to the blue line. Kept in. I think they're calling it high stick. So the face-off just outside the Flyer zone. 10 seconds to go in the second penalty. Colts win the draw, bring it in over the Flyers' blue line to the far corner. To the blue line. Dumped in. Colts, backhand shot, wide of the net. Colts along the near boards. Shot. Fitzgerald grabs that, and he'll hold it for a whistle. Back to 5-on-5. 5:09 to go in the second period. Some confusion here. Thompson steps in to take the draw. He'll win it to Tribble. Tribble plays it to the far corner. And maybe skate for the puck, boys. Brown out front, intended for Martin, just behind him, picked up by the Colts. Pass intercepted by Brown. He'll kick it in. Colts clear it back out. Thrown in, shot on net. Rebound to the near corner. Brown gets in the way of that one, keeps the puck in deep. Brown steps into his man. Puck goes to the far side. Thompson. And Brown. Barrie picks up the puck, brings it to the far corner. Spins. and chips it up ice. Thompson's going back to the box. Barrie flips it in. And Thompson back to the box. 2 minutes for interference. .4:16 to go in the second period. Mason in for the draw. One by the Colts. Shot off the mask. Rebound comes out front. Cleared out to the blue line. Kept in by the Colts. Thrown into the near corner. To the point. Shot. Right in the chest to Fitzgerald. He'll hold that for a whistle. Mason back in for the draw. One by the Colts. Played back to the blue line. Cross in deep. Shot tipped wide. Colts still with possession. Up to the blue line. Into the slot. Walks around. Bouncing puck. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Played up to the point. Shot from far. Blocker saved by Fitzgerald. Rebound to the near corner. Picked up by Barrie. They'll play it to the far side. Campbell. He'll chip it forward. All kinds of pressure. Comes up with it. Campbell off the glass, down the ice. And he'll peel off and go for a change. 55 seconds to go on the Flyers penalty. Passed up to center ice. Colts in over the Flyers blue line. They'll take it wide. Thrown up front, shot. And they'll score. Middlehurst in for the draw. He'll win it into skates. Clark to Hobart. Hobart across to Brady. Brady to the near side. Clark way offside. That's coming all the way back into the Flyers' end. Middlehurst back in for the draw, one by Barrie. They'll walk out, shot tipped wide of the net. Hobart backhands that to the near boards. Pops over Clark's stick. Barrie with the shot. High over the net, rebound. Hobart gets it to Brady. Brady sends it to the near side. Clark off the boards to the blue line, kept in. Hobart lays his man out, forgets to get the puck. Puck in the near corner. Colts come up with it. Throw it out front. Shot. Steered wide. Critchley off the boards. Into the Colts end. Clark with a good stick to keep it there. Clark spins. Feeds Critchley. Critchley with a shot. Blocked in front. Rebound comes to the near corner. Hobart at the point. Sends it off the boards to Middlehurst. Middlehurst centering attempt. Blocked by Barrie. Critchley shovels it. Tipped out by the Colts player. To Brady. Brady to Middlehurst. He'll touch that to the near corner. Pick it up. Goes to feed. Critchley. Critchley to Hobart. Back to Critchley. Middlehurst off a skate. Comes to the Colts player. They'll carry it out. In the Flyers' end. Center to Pent. Past everybody. Middlehurst. Feeds it to Critchley. Still in the blue line. Drop pass, picked up by Barrie. Shot, blocked in front. Middlehurst airmails that, and that'll be a high stick. .114 to go in the second period. Brown in to take the draw for the Flyers. Picked up by Martin. Martin off of Mona's skate to the blue line. Not out. Campbell behind his net to the far corner. Up to Brown to the blue line. Kept in by Barrie. Second effort will come out. Barrie still with the puck. They'll fire it. They'll say it was touched. Tribble. Off the boards to Brown. He gets a piece of it to the half boards. Monas stripped by Barrie to the point. Shot. Saved by Fitzgerald to the far corner. Barrie still with the puck in the Flyers' end. To the point. Shot. Blocked by Monas. Martin with a pass, and Barrie's going to the box for that one. Knee on knee. Yep. So we should have knee on knee, which should be 4, and it got unsportsmanlike. 6. $20 seconds to go in the period. Looks like they gave him 4 for the knee on knee and 2 more for the unsportsmanlike. Thrown it front, shot. And they'll hold that for a whistle. Mason in to take the draw for the Flyers. He'll win it. Middlehurst across to Tribble. Tribble sends it to the near corner for Critchley. Critchley holds it on the boards, gets it to Tribble. Tribble with the shot, wide of the net. And that'll do it for the second period. there's a problem with the Zamboni, so it might be a while. go to start the third period. Flyers are down 2-0. Middlehurst to take the draw for the Flyers. Bouncing puck, Middlehurst kicks it to Arkema, to Campbell. Campbell through some traffic up to Arkema on the far wing. In over the blue line. Sends it back to Brady. Brady steps around, gets it to Campbell at the blue line. Campbell off the near boards behind the net. Picked up by the Colts to the far corner. They'll try to clear it. Mason gets it back to the corner. Played off the boards to Brady. Has it bouncing. Keeps it in to Arkema. Arkema over to Campbell. Campbell walks in, shot wide of the net. Rebound comes to Brady. He'll send it back for Mason. Mason tries to get it out. Colts will fire that down the ice. Fitzgerald leaves it for Brady. Brady sets there for Campbell. Campbell up to Arkema. Arkema across to Mason. Mason just chips it in over the blue line. Colts will fire that down the ice. Hobart. Off the boards to Mason. Back to Hobart. Under pressure. Hobart to the blue line, not out. Second effort comes out. Colts fire that puck back in the Flyers' end. Tribble. He'll have a go at it this time. To Arkema, stripped by the Colts. He'll dump it into the corner. Arkema behind his net. Sends it just out of the reach of Mason. Colts will let it go. Mason picks it up in the near corner. Behind the net. He'll get pinned there. Comes up to Middlehurst. Middlehurst, weak backhand on net. Goalie will cover that for a whistle. .356 to go on the Flyers power play. Brown steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. He'll win that to Critchley. Critchley with a shot blocked in front. Colts get a piece of it and send it down the ice. Hobart. To Brown. Right in front to Tribble. Back to Hobart. He'll send it across to Brown. Brown skated in over the blue line. To the far corner. Shot off the post. No goal. Cleared to the blue line and out. Tribble reaches for it. Colts get a piece of it and send it down to the Flyers' end. Critchley in the far corner. And Tribble's going to the box. Stupid penalty. 2 minutes for boarding. Well, now we're 4-on-4. Brown steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. Won by the Colts. Quick shot over the net. Rebound comes to the near boards. Out there at the blue line. Campbell swipes at it, gets it to the boards. Colts still with possession deep in the Flyers' end. Critchley kicks it to Campbell. Campbell up to Brown. Brown to Critchley. Critchley back to Brown. Brown in over the blue line. Threw some legs to Critchley. Critchley throws it towards the net. No Flyers are there to help. Played out by the Colts. Campbell gets it across to Krause. Krause to Brown in his skates. Has to back pedal, gets it to Krause. Krause sends it through neutral ice. Colts pick it up in their end, skate behind their net to the far corner. Brown lost the handle, cleared out by the Colts. That'll go for icing. 1:05 to go on the Flyers penalty. 16:41 to go in the second or third period. Middlehurst in for the draw. Won by the Colts. They get back behind their net to the near boards, and they'll skate it up through neutral ice and into the Flyers' end to the far corner. Centering pass shot. Fitzgerald with the save. Middlehurst in for the draw for the Flyers. Won by the Colts. Picked up by Brady. Brady sends it off the boards. Middlehurst backhands that in through neutral ice. Played back into the Flyers' end. Colts in the near corner. Centering attempt, shot wide of the net. Rebound out the far side. Throwing towards the net, way wide. Brady picks that puck up, sends it right to the Colts skate. Second effort, gets it out. Martin, good stick check, gets it to Middlehurst, in over the blue line. Colts, they'll send that down the ice. On net, Fitzgerald has to play it. Flyers stop skating. The Colts beat them there to the puck. Hobart gets stood up. Brady gets the puck to Martin. Martin to the blue line. He'll get it out. Flyers penalty's done. Tribble waits for it to settle down. Colts all over it. Gets it to the far corner. Brady overskated it. Somebody go get it. Here's an idea. Middlehurst up through the middle and over the Colts blue line. It's in there, runs into some traffic. Colts strip the puck. Good stick by Monas. Played off the glass down the ice. 15 minutes to go in the period. 40 seconds to go in the Colts penalty. Campbell behind his net. Comes up the near side. Krause. Krause pass attempted to Arkema. Picked off by the Colts. Colts will fire that puck back down the Flyers' end. Krause in the far corner. He gets running into the boards. Campbell steps into help. Krause picks up the puck. Threw some legs onto Monas' stick. Monas gets the blue line. Drop pass. Brown. Brown hits the brakes. Gets taken down. Flyers are too busy trying to make the big hit. They're forgetting to play the puck. Arkema back to 5-on-5. Krause with the shot. On target. Loose puck.
He didn't even cover it.
Oh, come on. And Monas is going to the box.
What the hell? Are you kidding me?
4 minutes for Spearing. Campbell's out there trying to figure out what the hell's going on. The refs don't know. Brown steps in to take the draw. Colts pick it up. Clear to the blue line. Kept in. Shot wide of the net. Rebound comes out the far side. Picked up by Barrie. Krause has his all tied up. Barrie behind the net. Throws it across the blue paint. Nobody home. Brown lifts that down the ice to the far corner. Arkema on his man giving chase. Colts pick it up. Brown. He gets run into. No interference call there, I guess. Barrie up through center ice. In over the Flyers' end. Played back to the blue line. Brown drives his man into the boards. Barrie still with the puck in the far corner. Barrie up to the point. Back into the corner. Thrown out front. Off the pads and in. Flyers are still down a man for 2 minutes. 13:07 to go in the period. Middlehurst in for the draw. He'll win it. Hobart steps up, stabs that forward. Mason's got a bit of a step on his backhand, brings it to the near corner. Played up to the point. Colts pick it up, skate it out into the Flyers' end. Colts with the puck, up to the point. Mason again, good play, gets it out. Middlehurst from just outside the blue line, shot on net, steered wide. Middlehurst backhands it. Mason keeps it in, ducks under the ref. Barrie with possession, sends it around the near boards to Brady at the point. Shot tipped wide. Colts bring it up out of their end into the Flyer zone. Brady with a good stick gets the puck to the far corner. Hobart shovels that up the half boards. Centering pass past everybody. Played behind the net to the far side. Barrie just dumps it back around behind the Flyers net to the near corner. Played up to the boards. Middlehurst missed on that clearing attempt. Mason will send that down the ice and go for a change. 39 seconds to go on the Flyers penalty. Colts back in the Flyers end. Dump it in. Shot. Fitzgerald will hold that for a whistle. .11:38 to go in the period. Critchley on the draw. Wins it forward. Lost a glove. Colts pick up the puck. Cycle it around the blue line. Throw it on net. Shot. And it's in. Brown on the draw, picked up by the Colts. Played at the blue line. And dumped in onside. Campbell overskated it. Brown's there to help. Campbell behind his net, sends it to the far corner for Krause. Krause off the backside of the Colts player. Backhand through neutral ice. Colts fire it in. Far corner comes around the near side to Campbell. Campbell across to Thompson. Still onside. Puck played to the near corner, chipped up. Martin got a stick on it, sent out through neutral ice. Thompson's there first. He gets stood up. Brown behind the net, kicks out front. Campbell's in deep, keeps it into the near corner to Brown. Brown takes it behind the Colts net.
Ref, right in front of you, ref.
Guess I didn't see that trip. Colts come out with it and chip it into the Flyers' end. Krause to the far side. Blue line not out. Brown gets it to the blue line, kept in by the Colts. Colts again in the far corner. Krause gets to the half boards to Martin. Martin pins it there. Colts player comes up with it. Through some skates. And he's gone. Colts player 2 minutes for slashing. Mason steps in for the draw. He'll win it. Gets tied up. Middlehurst steps in to help, but Colts get a piece of it and send it down the ice. Fitzgerald sets it up behind his net. Tribble stabs at it to the near corner. Nobody's skating for it. Hobart pins his man. Tribble steps in to help. Colts still with possession. Tribble to the far corner to Middlehurst. Middlehurst, cross ice intended for Mason, just hops over his stick. Colts fired off the glass down the ice. Tribble. He'll pick it up. Intended for Middlehurst. He overskated it. Oh my God, boys, talk out there. Barrie with the shot. Blocker save, goes to the far corner. Tribble. Across to Hobart. Hobart hits Arkema at center ice. Barrie Colts fire it back into Flyers' end. Colts skate around the Flyers. Just, why would we want to move? Middlehurst throws it back to nobody. Tribble's there. Played in the near corner. Hobart. Oh, good pass to the Colts player. Shot. Blocked in front by Middlehurst. He catches an edge. Goes down a little awkward. Tribble throws it on net. Good shot. Played out front. Shot goes wide. Middlehurst again, intended for Mason. Hops over his stick. Dumped back in the Flyers' end. Shot. Off the crossbar and in. Mason's going to the box. 2 for slashing, 2 for unsportsmanlike. Well, 4-on-4 for 20 seconds. 8:16 to go in the period. Critchley steps in to take the draw. Won by the Colts. Play it up through neutral ice. Chipped into the far corner. Brady. Up to Clark. Clark couldn't handle it. Dumped back in by Barrie. Campbell in the near corner. He'll fire it. Cross ice. Tipped by Barrie. That'll go into the Colts end. Played across to the near boards. Fired down. And that's icing. He forgot what was going on. 7:45 to go in the period. Critchley steps in to take the draw again. Won by the Colts to the near corner. Critchley pins his man, but the Colts come up with the puck. They'll pass it up through neutral ice. Clark with a good stick. Couldn't quite get it out. Critchley rides his man to the boards, and that'll put Barrie offside. Krause with a clearing attempt. Gets it into the Colts' end. Along the boards, Krause all over his man. Campbell with a good stick. Sends it down to the Colts' net. Colts player sends it to the near boards, the blue line. Steps around Campbell. Shot. It's up. And Fitzgerald to hold that for a whistle. Good tracking in the air. Brown steps in to take the draw. He'll win it to the near boards. Hobart gets it to the blue line and not out. Shot wide of the net. Hobart swipes at it to the half boards. Colts pick it up. Lost control with the pressure. Martin gets bumped. Colts come off the boards with it. Across. Shot wide of the net. Rebound comes to the near half boards. Played back into the corner. Barrie across, loose puck. And it's in. Kills off one of Mason's penalties. Middlehurst in for the draw. Brady gets a piece of it, sends it down the ice. Colts behind their net. Middlehurst bumps off his man. Colts begin the breakout. Up to their blue line and out. In the Flyers' end. Thompson with a good stick to break up that play. Bouncing puck. Campbell's got a stick on it. Gets it to Thompson to the blue line and out. Colts back in their end. Passed up beyond everybody, and that's gone for icing. Shorten out the clock. Arkema steps in to take the draw for the Flyers. He'll win it. Critchley on his man, picked up by the Colts. They'll pass it to their blue line. Arkema gets tripped, shot, steered high into the rafters. Arkema again off the draw. Gets it to Critchley on the far side. Critchley behind the net. Gets some ice. Fires it off the boards down the length behind the Colts net. 1 minute to go on the Flyers penalty. Colts set up behind their end. Passed up the near boards. And into the Flyers end. Cross shot wide. Rebound in the near corner. Puck comes out. Brady gets a piece of it. He'll send it to the far side. It's a funny hop off the boards. Colts player play that back behind his own net. And they're going to the box for interference. And another one. It's 2 minutes for interference and 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike. .36 seconds to go on the Flyers penalty. Arkema off the draw. He'll win it to Critchley. To Krause. Krause lets a shot go just wide. Arkema gets a piece of it. Tries to steer it towards the net. Blocked. Arkema with the puck in the far corner. To Tribble along the boards. Airmail through neutral ice to Krause. Krause sends it off the boards. Critchley picks it up and begins to break out. Through center ice. In over the blue line. Chips it forward. Throws it on net. Colts player will hold that for a whistle. 2 seconds to go on the Flyers penalty. Lone is back for the face-off. He'll win it to Hobart. Hobart off the boards. Picked up by the Colts. They'll fire that just into the Colts bench. Flyers back on the power play for 3 minutes, 20 seconds. 4:27 to go in the game. Monas off the draw, picked up by the Colts. Played up to the blue line and out. Barrie in over the Flyers end. Martin to Hobart. Hobart comes down the wing, gets it across to Monas. Barrie picks it up, gets it to the blue line and out. Campbell to Clark. Clark back in the Colts zone. He'll take it wide. Thrown out front for Monas. Couldn't get a stick on it. Hobart backhands that into the Colts end, and they'll fire it down the ice. Campbell sets up behind his net. Clark's telling him to go. Campbell up to Monas. Monas under pressure. Colts pick it up and send it back in the Flyers' end. Fitzgerald gives it to Campbell. Campbell off the boards. Colts pin it along the blue line. Flyers dump it out. Colts wait a second before they dump it back in. Campbell tries to get it up. Second effort gets to Monas on the far wing. Monas to Martin. Martin gets tapped. Clark lost it behind the net. Colts fired around the far boards. Monas back in the Colts end. They'll pick it up and fire it down the ice. Fitzgerald sets it there for Campbell. Campbell to Brown. Brown to Monas. Monas in over the blue line. Chips it to the near corner. And doesn't go for it. Out to Brown. Loose puck. Played to the point. Krause dumps it into the far corner. Colts are there. He gets bumped. Clark stabs at it. Comes to the half boards and out. Brady takes it behind his net. To the far side. Cross ice attempt blocked by Colts. Brown around his man. Sends it to Middlehurst. Middlehurst in over the blue line. Middlehurst throws it towards the net. Nobody was looking for it. Thompson and Brown. Brown bumps his man, gets the puck to Middlehurst. Middlehurst out front, intended for Brown, just goes between his stick and his legs. To the blue line, kept in by Krause. Here to the far side. Middlehurst with a shot, blocked in front by Brown. Brady backhands that. Colts pick it up and send it down the ice again. 35 seconds to go on the Colts penalty. Brady. Pass intended for Middlehurst, picked off by the Colts, and they'll dump it in. Krause to Thompson. Thompson fanned on the first pass, picked it up on the second, and gets it into the Colts end. I don't know why our defense is waiting back in our end, but that's okay. Thompson picks up the puck, clears it through neutral ice. Middlehurst on his man. Still in. Tries to play it through the skates. Brown missed his man. Played to the blue line and out. Hobart. He'll send it to Brown. Brown steps it. Gets it to Tribble. Tribble to Thompson. Thompson at center ice. Gloved down by the Colts, and they'll dump it into the Flyers' end. Hobart across to Tribble. He'll just play it off the far boards. Colts walk out with it and back in. That's offside. 45 seconds to go in the game. Arkema in for the draw. From draw picked up by Colts in the Barrie or Flyers end. Shipped in. Tribble gets it to the far corner. To Martin. Martin to the blue line, not out. Arkema picks up the loose puck from the Flyers end. To center ice, intended for Martin. They'll say he didn't touch it. That's icing. Arkema back in for the Flyers. Take the draw. From draw. Puck along the near boards. Picked up by Barrie. Critchley gets a piece of it and kicks it out. To center ice, dumped back in. That wasn't icing, but Tribble in the far corner. Veering attempt. Critchley lifts that to the blue line, kept in. Thrown towards the net. And that'll do it for the game.